When students enter and exit academic buildings on campus, they are greeted with a cloud of smoke that makes you think Cheech and Chong are filming a new movie. Since the name change of CMSU to the University of Central Missouri, the university has been looking for more ways to make the campus look prestigious. That has some upset.
The people who go out and complain about smoking are only in the smoke for about 3 seconds, and also the fact that this is, a government school. If it was privately funded, then I'd understand, like Harvard or something like that. But this is, CMSU, or UCM is now called. So, I doubt whether it's actually going to happen, Too many people are complaining about it.
After receiving numerous complaints from students, SGA took the action by presenting a referendum that will be voted on by students April 12th through the 13th. Michael Carey explained the process.
Students will be afforded the opportunity to vote on April 10th and 11th. We have set up an electronic voting system where you can vote through the student portal. You need your 700 number, and once you're in the system, you can vote on not only the smoking ban, but the new president, vice president, and your senators who are going to represent you on the Student Government Association.
The referendum has an extensive history. That's why Anthony Arden explained it for us.
The smoking referendum came to the Student Senate in the fall. It came as in the form of a bill where the Student Senate would vote on it, and that failed. Basically, it came up because there's been a lot of complaints from non-smokers on campus, just not because of the smoke itself, but because of littering and different things. And the tobacco policy we have right now is currently being broken because our tobacco policy is kind of really gray.
The referendum currently does not include resident halls or the multi. The decision will be left up to the university. That's why some on campus like the idea.
Last year I lived in Ellis, and I lived in the north side, and it was in the so it's in the inside. It wasn't facing the outside of the building, and there would be smokers smoking in the inside, and it would come up and get into my room.
I think it'd be a good idea just because sometimes people don't really, I don't think they think about others sometimes when they're smoking, and there's people that have asthma or they can be really affected by it. So yeah, I guess it'd be a good thing if it got passed.
A recent survey by the University Health Service Office found that 56% of students on campus were non-smokers, while 43% were smokers. Of that percentage, only 25.5% smoked regularly, as UCM used those statistics to compare itself to other campuses.
There's not many complaints from the non-smokers. The non-smokers are the majority of the students on the campus, and so there's less complaints about that. Their campuses are more environmentally friendly. They're cleaner. There's no cigarette butts everywhere on campus. If you look at our campus here with the trees, a lot of our trees are covered with cigarette butts.
If student response is in favor of the referendum, the university administration and the Board of Governors will then decide if the referendum should be implemented.
If it does pass, it would go to the vote of the students first, and then if it does pass, we would take it to the Board of Governors. The Board of Governors or the administrators would then decide how they would want to enforce this and what to do with those numbers. It could be that they decide that even though it passes, they don't want to enforce a smoking ban. What we're doing is we're giving them, the Board of Governors and administrators, these numbers, and we're showing them that students either want this or they don't want this.
Although the referendum may not be set in stone, there's one thing all can appreciate: the attempt to make UCM a more prestigious learning environment. Along with photographer Brian Luton, reporting for UCM News, I'm Nate Jacobs.